Hey everybody, TDI Fan 2024 and welcome to this video. Now, initially didn't plan on making this video. Then I saw the final episodes of the Season 2 reboot of Total Drama, and I feel like I have some stuff to say. And I am TDI fan. I gotta make some Total Drama videos too, right? I mean, yes, there's Total Drama Murders, but I feel like I want to make this video where I give you guys my thoughts on the reboot. I'm going to be ranking the characters, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the whole Season 2 in general and what I expect or what I'm thinking will happen for Season 3. Because, yes, if you saw the finale, spoilers, of course, spoilers. If you haven't seen those final episodes yet, then watch those episodes, or all the episodes, as a matter of fact, of Season 2 before you watch this video, because I will be going into spoiler territory. And also, well, yeah, just that's the whole heads up. Now, with that out of the way, of course, at the end of Season 2, Chris announced that Season 3 is going to happen. And there's a lot that can happen for Season 3. But before we get into that, I am going to be ranking these characters. That's why I'm at the tier list. And yes, spoilers ahead, so I'm going to do it based on the elimination order of Season 2. As you can see, I've already placed them on where they got, like, based on their elimination. So, of course, I'm going to start with Lauren, a.k.a. Scary Girl, who was the first one out of Season 2. And I know she's a fan favorite, like probably one of the most fan favorite characters, or the most fan favorite of this entire cast. But in my honest opinion, I thought she was just fine. Like, I'm not too crazy when it comes to her compared to others. I'm just going to leave her at the C tier. I don't think she's above that. That's just my personal opinion. I don't really have a preference when it comes to Scary Girl. She's just all right for me. Chase, who was the second boot, I'm going to place him in the B tier. I know a lot of you do not like Chase, but I thought he was very funny. But, of course, the episode they got out, they made it clearly obvious that Chase was going to get the boot. So there was that. Next, Millie, probably the character that I dislike the most out of everybody here. So I'm going to leave her in D tier. I think she's definitely the worst contestant of the season. I know some of you guys who actually like Millie are probably gonna commentate things in the comment section or whatever, but this is all just my opinion. I probably should have said that at the start, but I mean, since I'm doing it, you should probably already know that, of course, it's gonna be based on my opinion. So yeah, she's probably gonna be the only D tier character here, so there's that. Next up, we have Emma. I'm gonna put Emma in the C tier along with Scary Girl, because I don't really have an opinion on Emma. I thought she was okay, and I guess Season 2 kind of derailed her a bit, at least when Chase was still in. After Chase's elimination, she actually did get some little development until she got out. As you can see, she got out 2 episodes later, so not much development, but hey, at least she was able to get some time to shine instead of being, like, too obsessed with hating Chase or anything. Anyways, next is the character that I bet some of you guys will probably consider her as the most robbed of Season 2. Nichelle. Someone who had potential and yet got out 5th. And it wasn't by choice. She just quit because Julia did something, just to say. But yeah. Anyways, Nichelle, I'm going to also put her in C tier. I know some of you guys really love Nichelle, especially after Season 2. But I am not a part of that party. I'm just fine with her. Like, I don't really have an opinion on her as well, compared to, like, some of these other characters, which I'll get to. But yeah, I'm gonna keep her in C tier. Anyways, next up, Bowie. Now, in the Season 1 finale, when it was Bowie and Priya, and of course Millie, but we don't talk about Millie, I was actually rooting for Bowie, not gonna lie. But now, looking back, I feel like it was obvious that Priya was gonna win. But this season, I think Bowie kind of got robbed. I mean, yes, he was a finalist, so it made sense he got out pretty early. But I'm going to put Bowie into A tier, not going to lie. He's our first A tier. I thought he was a pretty good character, and he was really good in Season 1. Season 2, of course, he didn't do as good, but he was still pretty good. Like, he was pretty much leading his team. Well, sure, he was the team leader since he chose his team, but still, I'd say he was a good contestant, and that's why he's in A tier. Anyways, next up we have Axel. Now, Axel, I don't know what to say about Axel. I mean, she could have done a lot more if the writers did not ship her with Ripper. That was one of the most weird ships in total drama history. Like, this ship honestly did not make any sense, but it happened. And because of it, that's what pretty much led to her getting out. So I'm going to put her in the B tier. She's going to be there with freaking Chase. I thought that she was a lot better in season 2. I mean, she got more screen time, so of course that gives her the writers time to develop her and stuff. But of course she gets out because of Ripper, and for some reason Ripper decides to join her because Ripper's that obsessed. I'm gonna also put Ripper in the B tier because I thought he was funny anyway, not cool, but he was pretty much the goofball. He was the Owen of this season, if you will. And yeah, I think he was a lot better this season than in season 1, so that's good. Anyways, next up we have Z, another character that a lot of people were also considering him as the most robbed character. But let's face it, on the episode he got out, as soon as he revealed the secrets, it was either going to be him or Caleb, and I'm pretty sure the writers already had stuff planned with Caleb, so that's why they got rid of Z at that moment. And I agree, Z was robbed. But hey, like I said, season 3, there's still a chance. I'll get to that after this ranking. I'm definitely going to put Z in S tier. I know a lot of you guys will probably do the same. Some of you guys probably not. But Z is just... he's our main man, guys. I mean, come on, it's Z. What's not to like about Z? So, yeah, easy S tier. Now, MK. MK. Probably another fan favorite. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably upset when she got out on episode 9. But, hey, she did better this season, so that's good. I'm probably going to put MK in B tier as well. She was also pretty funny. Like, once Ripper was gone, she was like the one who had all the jokes and stuff. So, you know, there was that. And also, she was pretty smart. Probably one of the smarter contestants in this cast. So, if she does return another season 3, most likely, they'll probably make her a finalist. I can definitely see MK being a finalist in season 3 because, I mean, it's MK. But I'm going to leave her in the B tier. After I rank them all, I'll put them to worst to best at the very end after I put them all in their tiers. But of course, since Millie's the only one in D tier, you already know she's last. Anyways, next up is the contestant that I consider to be the most robbed contestant of the season, Damien. He was done dirty. He was like the one person that I was rooting for the most. So yes, call me biased. But when he got out, I was pissed because I knew it was either going to be him or Priya that episode. And of course it was him. And of course, Julia took the idol. But I'll get to Julia in a second. But yeah, Damien is easy S tier for me. I'll probably put him above Z because he's probably my favorite character of this cast. Like season 1, he was cool, all right. Season 2, the writers gave him a little bit of justice, but then they did him dirty on that episode. Anyways, next up we have Raj. I don't really have an opinion on Raj, so I'm just gonna leave him at, yeah, B tier, not gonna lie. I'd say he's above those 3 that are in the C tier, but the B tier is gonna be pretty hard to rank because these characters I don't really know. We'll see. Anyways, next is Priya. A lot of people have been complaining, and I understand. Like, why did Priya make it as far as she did when she is a winner? Hello. I honestly understand, and I'm also with you guys. I'm kind of confused why the writers made her make it as far as she did. This one comment from someone said that she was probably the creator's pet, and I can see that. Although, it's probably her or Ripper. I don't know, because the creators did a lot with Ripper this season, so, you know. But, yeah, Priya. Let's just say that they kind of ruined her this season, at least in the later half. Once the whole drama with her and Caleb started, then, yeah, things kind of went downhill for her. And I was actually kind of rooting for her to go on that episode that she did go. So, there's that. But I still like her as a character. Season 1, and at the beginning of Season 2, at least, she was a fun character. I liked her. And that's why I'm putting her in A tier, right there with Bowie. So, yeah. Anyways, next up are the 3 finalists of the season. Not gonna lie, I did not expect Caleb to be in the finale. I legit thought he'd get like 5th or 6th, but no, he actually made it to the top 3, and I give my thanks to the writers because honestly, I did not expect myself to like Caleb that much, but we'll get to him after Julia because Julia's next. Yeah, Julia. what others would probably consider as the most robbed. I was reading comments of the finale episode. I know a lot of people anyway, were actually rooting for her and would comment, yeah, Julia deserved it. And I honestly agree. I feel like Julia did the most this season. She won a lot of the individual challenges during the merge, and she got a lot of people out. Like, it was her who got Damien out because of the idol thing. And of course, I'm not going to love her for that. But she also got a lot of characters out, like Nichelle, of course, even though some of you guys probably think that was an unfair elimination. But that was pretty much her that got Nichelle out. And I'm pretty sure she got Bowie out too, because, she doesn't like Bowie. But yeah, she does a lot, and that's why I'm going to put her in an A tier, because when it comes to who's the most skillful and the most competitive and the most strategized character here, it's definitely Julia. She's definitely number one when it comes to that. She is this generation's Heather. So, of course, she has to be in A tier, because, yeah, like, if this was just based on who's the smartest, who's the most, I don't know, who can, like, strategize good or well, Julia would have won 100%. But she didn't, because the winner we'll get to. Anyways, next up, Caleb. Yes, Caleb. Honestly, I did not expect myself to like him as much as I did, but after watching this season, Caleb just became one of my favorites of this gen's cast. And I'm glad he got the development he did. He went from first to a finalist. Like, not many can do that. I cannot recall any contestant who got first out in a season to make it to the finale. Like, no one, I believe, anyway. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But I don't think any first boot was able to make it to the finale once they got another chance. But Caleb was able to do that. And that's why I'm going to put Caleb in A tier. I'm leaving him in A tier. I was thinking of S tier, but I would have to admit, I do agree with some people saying that the whole thing about him being honest kind of derailed his character a bit. But although I was still rooting for him in the finale, I would have to admit that whole honesty thing that the writers did with Caleb kind of came out of nowhere. Because there's this one comment that said at the beginning of the season, Caleb was like just ready to win. He was ready to do whatever it takes. And then at the very end, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to lie to these people." So I have to admit, that was kind of off character for him. But I still like him as a character, and he would have been S tier if it wasn't for that. So that's why I'll leave him in A tier for now. But you'll see where I rank him in A tier. Anyways, Axel, get over down there. Oh, jeez. Right there. Okay. Last but not least, the unexpected winner. I don't think anyone saw this coming. Wayne won Season 2 champ. I didn't see this coming. I legit did not see this coming. I legit thought that Damien would have had a chance, or even Julia. And let's face it, Julia was really close. But Wayne came out on top in the end. All the Wayne fans out there are probably very happy. But I've been reading some comments. This win is pretty controversial based on the community. Some people are happy with this win, like very happy. Some people are fine with this win. And there's others that do not like his win at all. I legit saw one person call Wayne the worst total drama winner. And while I definitely do not agree, I understand. Because some people were probably like, Wayne did not do a lot compared to like Julia and Caleb in the finale. And yet he was the one who won. While I'm fine with his win, and I'm even going to put Wayne in A tier, because he was very funny in this season. He was one of the good characters of the season. And his win was shocking, yes, but I would say it was deserved, because it's Wayne. Like the contestant said in the episode, it's Wayne. So what's not to like? But yeah, this is probably my tier list. I'll probably send this on my Discord server afterwards. But now it's time for me to rank him. So here's how it's going to go. From worst to best. Millie is definitely the worst. Now, 15th, I'm going to go with Emma, because I just do not like her. I don't like her, but I think she's just a fine character. More mid compared to Scary Girl Nichelle. 14 will go to Nichelle, because I thought she was just pretty cocky, pretty much saying how she was better than everybody else, which, yes, she was. Well, maybe not Julia, but everyone else, yeah, she pretty much was. And I didn't like that side of her. Excuse me. Anyways, next up is Scary Girl 13. I think she's an overrated character. That's just me. No need to pull out your pitchforks. This is just my opinion. And yeah. Now, who will be taking 12th? I will probably give it to Chase. I think he was funny, but I have to admit, he's also pretty much a jerk. He's like one of the characters here other than Julia, who is an actual jerk. And he's pretty dumb, but that's probably the only good thing about him. And yeah, he's at 12. 11, I'll have to give it to Axel. She got some development, but still not much because as soon as she was all lovey-dovey with Ripper, things went downhill for her. 10th, I will have to go with Ripper. Yeah, I think Ripper will be 10th because he was fine, he was funny, but then he got obsessed, and that kind of led to his character being derailed. 9th will have to be MK because I don't really have much of an opinion on her. She's definitely a good contestant, and she can be funny too, but I think I just prefer the others. 8th, I'll definitely give it to Raj because Raj is funny, Raj is nice, Raj is a good character, but that's pretty much it. Like, if he was in an all-star season, he probably would not do well at all. So, yeah. Anyways, 7th, I will have to give 7th place to Wayne. Yes, he won the season, but I just prefer these other 6. And yeah, Wayne is pretty much like Raj. And as a matter of fact, he's probably even dumber than Raj, but that's a good part of him, I should say. A good part of his character. Top 6, I think I'm going to give Julia 6th place. I like her. Yes, I do. I have to admit, she's definitely like when it comes to who's the best contestant, overall, definitely her, but she's not my personal favorite. And I just prefer these 5 over her anyway. But yeah, she's definitely the best contestant when it comes to whatever I just said when I was talking about her. Anyways, next, top 5. I'm going to go with Priya. 5th place Priya. I liked her. I will have to admit, they kind of ruined her. Like, I guarantee there's going to be one video where somebody puts all the clips of Priya from at the start when she was actually normal to when she pretty much lost her sanity, which I'll be looking forward to that. But yeah, I like her as a character, and let's just say that she was also done dirty. Anyways, top 4, I think I will have to give Bowie 4th place. He was a good character. He definitely should have won, in my opinion anyway, in season 1. And this season he was good, but not as great. But I still think he was a good character. Other than Julia, he's probably the second best when it comes to who's better overall. It's actually the top 3 are probably him, Priya, and Julia when it comes to all that jazz. Anyways, 3rd place, I'll have to go with Caleb because I did not expect this much character development from him. Like, I knew he's not going to be the first boot. There's no way they do that. Like, he's not going to be an Ezekiel. But I didn't expect him to make it to the finale at all. And I'm glad he did because it's Caleb. Like, I know a lot of you guys are probably mixed on him, but I think he's one of the best characters in this season anyway. Anyway, 2nd place is going to Z because I think I prefer Damien for obvious reasons. But like I said, there's nothing to not like about Z. Z is one of the best characters in the entire series. I know that's probably a stretch, but hey, I said it. And my top favorite, of course, will be Damien. And yeah, that's my ranking up down there. That's my ranking so far of all the characters. And overall, what do I think of Season 2? I think Season 2 was a massive step up to Season 1. Season 1 was good. I'll have to admit it. But I think Season 2, now that all the characters are introduced, now that we already know about them, the writers can just go all out. And I'm glad they did. A lot of characters here got some great development. Some characters got a little bit of development, but then started to fall off. And there's other characters like Millie, Emma, Chase, and Nichelle, and I guess Scary Girl too. Like, those 5 pretty much did not do great this season. I mean, they're the first 5 out, so of course. But yeah, overall, Season 2 was a really good season. I like it. And I cannot wait to see what they have in store for Season 3. Now, it's time for me to discuss how I think the show writers, the writers behind the show, will handle with Season 3. Season 3 can go either way. Let's start with what I'd like to see, or what I would want for Season 3. I know I'm not the only one who's thinking this, because I've had discussions with other people who have been keeping up with Season 2, and now they know that Season 3 is happening. I know a lot of us would love to see another veteran season. Like, bring some of the old contestants back. I mean, this season we got a lot of cameos. We saw Owen, we saw MacArthur, we saw Pete and Jerry, I think that's his name. We did see a lot of cameos. And I'm thinking the writers maybe would like to have another season where they bring back some of these old characters. And I would love to see that. There's a lot of characters that have competed in the past seasons that I love for them to make a comeback. Especially some from the OG cast. Like, come on, DJ, you already know him. I'd love to see him return. And Lashana definitely should return. And Harold too. Those are like the top three, honestly. But also characters from other gens like Revenge of the Island or Pacateo Island or even Redonkulous Race. I'd love to see a season where all of them, or not all of them, but some of them anyway, come back and do another season. That'd be really cool. But that's just what I want to see. What I think will happen is we're going to get another season with the same cast, but probably with a few new characters to mix things up, like they did with the old gen in Season 3 of Total Drama, also known as World Tour. They brought back some characters, but not just that, they added 2 new characters to spice things up, Alejandro and Sierra. And if the writers are thinking of doing the same for this cast, for this gen, then I'm guessing they're going to add a few new characters. And yeah, it might just be the same island, but just with some new characters to mix and add some spice and drama. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. That's not what I would prefer. Of course, I'd prefer another veteran season where even some of these guys can come back. But I'm guessing that's probably not likely. And I'm guessing Season 3 will be with the same cast that we have right here and with probably a couple of new characters. Because what I'm thinking, like, here's what I'm thinking the writers are trying to do. So, you know, the old gen, like for us who grew up with Total Drama, our OG cast is the very first cast who had 3 seasons to themselves. And if the writers wanted to have that something like that for the new generation, for people who are barely starting or becoming fans of Total Drama these days, then they're going to probably want this cast to be their OG cast. And that's probably why Season 3 will have this cast with probably some new characters. Because, you know, a Season 3 with the same cast might not be good. So I think the only better option is to add some new characters to join these guys. And that'll be awesome. But that's what I think will happen. What I want to happen is, of course, a veteran season. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Honestly, this reboot is a very good reboot. I'm glad that this show, this series, is not one of the series that has to suffer due to a reboot that is pushing some fans away. Like, for example, the Powerpuff Girls reboot or the Teen Titans freaking reboot. You already know what I think about Teen Titans Go. But, yeah. This is honestly overall a really good cast, really good reboot in general, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for Season 3. And with that said, I think I'm going to end that video off here. Right now, I should say this. Right now, I am on a Total Drama rerun, a binge. I'm currently on Season 1, and I'm planning to rewatch everything from the very first Total Drama all the way to Season 2 of this reboot. Yes, Total Drama Island, Action, World Tour, Revenge of the Island, All-Stars, Pacateo, Redonkulous Race, and the reboot. I'm watching it all. Except for Total Drama, because that doesn't count. But yeah, and after that, I'll probably make another video where I rank everybody who's ever competed in Total Drama. So yeah, expect that video to come out maybe this year. It honestly depends how long it takes me to binge the entire series. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these types of videos, let me know if you want me to make another video like this, and I will, because of course this year is a new year. I'd like to do some different stuff, you know. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Season 2 of the reboot if you've watched it, and let me know what your favorite characters are, and let me know what you guys think will happen for Season 3. And yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. TDI Fan 2024 signing off. Peace, and have a great day/night.